morning, Troy.
Good morning, Jason.
Right.
It is a good morning.
All right, it's a great morning. The internet's working so far, so that's good. Yeah. Thank you guys for the patience and all that. One quick note. If you leave your computers on at night, that's like leaving your car running with the keys in the ignition at home in your front driveway. So just turn off your computers at night to make sure that we don't get infected with any viruses or anything like that, all right? Does that make sense?
Hey, you blast that out to the other 95%.
Yes, we're going to blast that out. So leaving your computer on at night is like leaving your car running in your front driveway with the door locked. That's pretty much it, okay? All right. That's all I'm saying. All right. Let's get started. Please turn off your cell phones. Everybody have their cell phones turned off?
No, I can't even turn it up.
What? Turn it up?
Didn't bring it in.
Okay.
Didn't bring it in.
All right, upcoming training. We have Better Credit Score, Better for Your Business with Dan Starkey this afternoon at 1:30. And Dan is here. He's going to be speaking briefly in a second. And then tomorrow, we have the Foundational Keller Williams course, 6 Personal Perspectives with Miss Connie Couts. Connie, bringing that back, can you give us a brief update on what that is?
Oh gosh, it's I teach this class like Cliff Notes.
Okay.
I get to the real important parts.
It's about mindset, right?
It's about mindset, and it's really very strong 6 points that'll help you move in your business and personal life.
All right, perfect. No classes tomorrow, or Friday rather. And then Monday we begin Rev Up. This is basically the foundational, the starting class for Ignite. For those of you who are doing 16 or less transactions throughout the year, definitely come to this class to get your business going, okay? Then we have send out cards. Apostle Bill's are in us, another MSA, Mindy Van Fleet, or Vliet, if I pronounce that correctly, at 1:30 on Monday. She's going to be showing you how you can leverage your marketing and your touches through them. I think they send out cookies and brownies and all kinds of things, cards, so come to that. And then Tuesday we have our quick start. If you're new with the company and you need to know about the foundational systems that we have here at Keller Williams, and you come to that quick start class and she'll orient you. Lunch and Learn, Search Engine Optimization with Eric Anderson. Now, for those of you who did not come to the last class and hear, Eric Anderson's 50% of his business comes from internet leads. That's half his business. So if you want to know how to optimize your sites and get more business using the internet, come to that class. And then we have later that afternoon, Ignite Your Database with Mr. Larry Garcia, our trainer of the year. So ignite that database. So yes. So what's your database? What is your database?
Your business.
That's your business. Exactly. Thank you, Wayne. Without a database, and you can do yes, Candace.
Is that Monday the 2nd or the 9th? Because
We lost a
on Monday is
Oh,
the 2nd.
it's the 2nd.
Okay.
Okay, we know for
Second
sure
and the
it's
third.
Monday and Tuesday.
This
So Monday and Tuesday,
which is
yes.
2nd and 3rd.
Yes.
2nd and 3rd.
Yes.
Every other week.
All right.
I just want to be sure.
Perfect. All right, now we get into our awards. I know we had our big end of the year awards last week. Now we're going to get into our monthly awards, and then for those of you who are here that didn't get the award last year, we're going to call you up here and embarrass you, all right? All right, so first off, for January, highest closed sale, Miss Connie Couts. KW Cares Award goes to Mr. Troy Guy.
It's a major award.
MCA Award goes to Lori Anderson. Now we get into listings. The first award goes to the Musgrove Real Estate Group. Who, by the way, I don't know if you saw the post that Jody posted regarding how proud she was of the agents here at Keller Williams. Who handled that beautifully? Don't you think? Did you guys see that? Yeah, way bigger push for that. All right, next on our list is Miss Christina Ross. Then we have Team Guy. Well, you're your biggest cheerleader, right?
I know. Well, apparently nobody else is cheering. Where's the rest of my team?
Next we have the Jillian Boss team. Does she have any representation? Raina, you're late. Come grab a seat.
We've got a seat down front for you.
Next, we have the Garcia Martinez team. Next, we have Terry Langdon. Then we have the Pimentel Realty Group. Next, we have Jeremy Jennings. Where's Jeremy? Then the Harper Bishop team. And the Kevin Blaine Real Estate team. Those are our listing awards. Now for top sales. Starting off with Jeremy Jennings. Next we have Miss Janet Deering. Then we have Wayne Butterfield. Carol Patton. So Barbara Summers. And we have from Madera, Kristen Price, who's not here. And Miss July Hong. And then we have Connie Couts. And we have Robin Graham Real Estate Team. Where's Robin? And Bill Mock. Where are you at, Bill? All right, now for our team sales awards. The Harper Bishop team. Team Guy. And the Garcia Martinez team. Pimentel Realty Group. And the Kevin Blaine Real Estate team. All right. Next, I want to give out the awards that for those of you who missed last time. And I'm going to ask that you stand up actually and come get this award if you don't mind. So with bronze, I know that only one of the person is here. So Gilbert Regejo. Get your award.
I want the gold.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, and the rest we have Suzette, who got a gold or bronze, and we have Darren and Bill, who we know are probably back there prospecting, so they got a work too. All right, and next we have a message from our operating principal, who is Albert Meggers. Can you go ahead and cue that up? Can you turn the lights off for me, please? Thank you.
Hello, KW Tulare County. Remember me? I'm still alive, I promise. Take a look at my new home away from home here. This is where I've been working since the beginning of January. I'm out here doing a lot of team leader interviews in the San Fernando Valley. I miss you guys a bunch, and I wanted to say how sorry I am that I couldn't make the award ceremony. I know Carly and Jason have you guys totally taken care of, but I just wanted you to know how much I appreciate all of the hard work that went into last year and our best year yet. And congratulations to all the award winners. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys again soon, and I'm really sorry I couldn't be there. Until then, okay?
All right. All right, well, thank God. Okay, next we have our real estate classes starting soon. Wayne, you want to talk about that briefly?
Still the same program as before, although our instruction, everything about the class has been revamped and improved. So now's a great time to get into it. I expect a huge class next time. We're starting Tuesday, April 7th. We'll begin the registration mid-March, so that's right around the corner. So if you have anybody that is interested in being in the school, give me a call. I've got a running database of about 200 people, largely people that you guys have given me before that I'm in the process of going through now. But if you know of somebody that's interested, make sure you call me and say, hey, put this person at the top of your list, so I'm certain to contact them, okay? Remember, we also have the incentives for these people that go through our class, such as giving them the cost of the class back whenever they close their first transaction. We'll also give them free cube rent in any of our offices for 4 months, or a similar amount from a private office if they choose to go that way, okay? So the large part of the success of this class is due to you guys, so help me continue to make it a success by driving it, your referrals. Bring me your referrals and I will drive them to the class, okay? Thanks a lot.
The other part is definitely Wayne. Wayne's did a great job in following up. He did leads out, so great job, Wayne. Good job. A lot of clapping today. I like it. All right, next we have Main Street Escrow Con still going on. Main Street Escrow Mega Camp. You guys know about that. Hopefully you've been coming to our meetings, so I won't have to go into this very much further. So here we go, Main Street Escrow, and we want to welcome Jolynn Jordan joining our Keller Williams Vice office. And Mr. Feliman Carrasco. He's probably going to get mad at me for doing that. Sorry, Feliman, I have to do it. It's part of my job, so there you go. And Stephanie Ortega, who just joined. She's camera shy. And we have next here, we have a new business center administrator in Hanford, Miss Carrie Paulo. So if you call, that's who you'll be talking to out there, is Miss Carrie Paulo. And I'm sure that the Tulare office is glad that that happened, so they can get their Kylie back.
Yeah.
We miss Kylie very much.
All right. Birthdays, Anna Garcia, the 24th. Reina had her birthday here recently. So happy birthday, Reina. Where are you? Yeah, she's
You want to sit down front?
Amber Murillo and Lisa Dryden coming up, all right? So if you get a chance, see them and wish them a happy birthday. Market update. Okay, I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible for you guys and hit on the important points. Sergio, can you turn off the lights for me, please? All right, single family average price per square foot. It's going up, 115. There's the trend right there. Hopefully it stabilizes there, maybe go up just a little bit. So, but you see here it jumped up, dropped, then came back up right there. Price range in units. I'm not going to go through each individual one of these, but what I can tell you in this graph right here, pendings were up in January quite a bit. There's a significant jump in pendings. The sales were down, but the pendings were up. So as you know, seasonality comes, January it starts to ramp up for the rest of the year. Now, pendings, this was pretty consistent. I mean, there was no clear jump in any of these categories right here when looking at these. And again, we'll send this out to you guys. If you have any questions, you can email me about this. The interesting thing here is we have a drop in inventory, 706, and an increase in pendings. So that means that the inventory may be going down.
It is.
So what does that mean for buyers? What does that mean for buyers?
Higher demand.
Higher demand. What does that mean for sellers?
Better price.
Better price. Interest rates throw a factor in there. Jeremy, what does a 1% swing in the interest rate do for the payment and do for what they can afford to buy?
On 200,000, 1% swing up would drop you to about 180.
From 200,000. That's huge.
Big difference.
So call your clients, call your SOI, tell them about the interest rates, tell them about it's a great time to buy. And for those to sell, they have a pool of buyers they can buy with now because hey, rates are so good, right? All right. So the months of inventory based on closed sale, it raised because the sold dropped. Now this is a lag measure. The lead measure is what went pending. So that tells you what's coming, right? So if you base the months of inventory on what is pending, that's where we're at, 2.7. So that is, according to some people, is a seller's market, anything under 3 months. All right? Median price versus sold price. Here's your median right here, 175, and your average is 194 for single family homes in Tulare County. Still holding steady. That's been pretty consistent right there. Average days on market, up in January to 71 days. That's for single family homes. Now let's get into market share. All right, for Orange Belt, we've got 25%. Nelson's at 27% for the units.
This is January.
This is January, yes, this is January. And for volume, right there. Now, the one thing to factor into this is they have new home sales. They have subdivisions that they sell. If you take that out of it, we're on top. So, good job, Porterville. Good job, Porterville. If you look at the agent count, our office versus their office, it's amazing what Porterville's doing out there. So good job. And Carrie's here. So Carrie Costa representing Porterville. All right, Kings County,
All right.
30%.
Hey.
And there we go for Kings County again, yes. Now, as you know, it's hard to get a lot of data from our Tulare County MLS, but what I can tell you is we sold 25% of the listings in January, Keller Williams versus the entire MLS, 25%. That's huge. Also, I'm leaving this up there just for the just so you guys can use your listing presentations. This is KW versus the market for 2014. We've already been through this, but you can see 23%. We sold 23% of the listings listings sold volume in 2014. We sold 22% of the listings of the entire MLS in 2014. Also, for these years right here, 2011, 90%, 21%, 23%, and 23% for the last 4 years. So that is a powerful listing presentation tool to show how we stand compared to the market. So good job, you guys. Turn the lights back on for me, please. All right. Next we have
I have a
Mr.
question
Troy Guy.
before you-
Yes.
Before you pass that,
Okay.
that last one that you just showed there.
Yes.
That one there is Keller Williams in particular, right? In the whole, all the counties, Tulare County, Kings County.
This is TC MLS only.
Okay,
So in TC MLS, of all our Keller Williams offices, we sold 23% of the volume in the entire MLS.
so that's Porterville here.
That's Porterville, Tulare,
Is everything
Kings County, it's all of our
So
Keller
it's
Williams
not including
offices.
Hanford. That's why I wanted to make sure.
No, it included, but there's like 1 or 2 Hanford sales in there from,
Most of theirs in our
Yes.
MLS.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
All right?
All right.
Any other questions before I move on? All right, come on, Troy. Let's welcome Troy.
All right. For the exciting part of the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, we had some questions regarding, because we now have different counteroffers. That's a seller counteroffer, buyer counteroffer. So we consulted with Real Legal, and what they're recommending is that you go seller counteroffer 1, and then buyer counteroffer 1. Seller counteroffer 2, buyer counteroffer 2. Okay, so I know I was filling one out over the weekend, and I had that question also, because you're like, okay, this is buyer counteroffer 1, but it's the second counteroffer. So just be aware that even though it's number 1, right, when you're receiving them too, to keep them in order, to make sure that you realize that seller counteroffer number 1 comes before buyer counteroffer number 1, and so forth and so on. Okay, and they went on for 3 lines how to do that exactly.
Sounds like a chicken or an egg.
Yeah. We also have, be aware the septic thing keeps popping up. I keep getting calls on septic, houses that have septic and were sold in the past, and even houses that have been paying for septic service, for sewer and water to the city for the last 3 or 4 years. Turns out they're on septic. So make sure though that you, just because they're being billed, don't take that as confirmation that they're actually hooked up to sewer. Do your due diligence, especially if you're listing a house. Call the city, it's 1 phone call, and they'll let you know if they're hooked up to the sewer. Mark that conversation down in your file as well,
Aren't they
okay?
just gonna look and see if they're billing?
What's that?
Aren't they just gonna look and see if they're billing that property?
No, they usually have maps. At least I know in Tulare when I've gone in, they have a map, and they've got each one listed on which one's hooked up. So because an area that was a county pocket that's now annexed to the city, that not all of them are required to hook up at the same time.
But some of them might be getting billed in.
But they're probably getting billed for water, but not sewer.
But in Visalia though, they sometimes don't know. So they have to go out and do the dye test to see, that's what happened to mine. Remember that one?
Oh my goodness. Okay, even more and more fun. Yes, Joe.
So how do they verify again?
With the dye
That's
test.
connected?
You, what I want you doing is just calling the city and asking.
Billing the people, so how do we?
Well, they have to pull a permit when they connect.
Yeah.
So that worst case scenario.
And that's usually how they have it listed, is if a permit has been pulled for the sewer hookup.
Check the permit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? So verify, even if you're a buyer and you suspect it and they tell you they're on city sewer, it's not bad as a buyer's agent to be calling the city just to verify that, right? I mean, that can head off some problems in the future. Real quick note we had an internal audit of that we hired a person to come in, like a BRE audit of our files. I'm not going to go into detail on that, but during that time, it was very, very informative. But during that time, she made a mention that there had been some hackings of Google emails with escrow companies down in San Diego, where she's done other audits down there. And since she left last week, I got a call in the last couple days that one of our agents was sent out an email, DocuSign. That DocuSign then went to was signed by the buyer, went to the seller, and they hadn't heard back from the seller yet. The next day, the buyer, so they have not gotten an agreed upon deal. The next day, the buyer gets an email saying, please wire $15,000 to this account in Florida, right? So he wires $15,000, assuming the offer's been accepted and he needs to get this money into escrow. The day after that, he gets another email from our agent, says right on there, his email address, saying, okay, wire an additional $30,000 to a different account now. Right? So then he's like, well, that's weird. It's a different wiring address. So he calls the agent and says, hey, these emails you've been sending me, you want me wiring different amounts. Why am I wiring a second $30,000? And he goes, I haven't sent you any emails. Okay, so be aware. You want to let your clients know, listen, have a phone conversation with me before taking any money in. This is apparently pretty rampant right now. If we're hearing about it happening down in San Diego, they're redirecting escrow instructions for wiring funds and putting in their own account numbers, and that money, I don't know what happens to that money. I'm not a cyber cop, so but just be aware. You know what I mean? We want to just be protecting our clients as best we can, and we haven't fully figured this out yet, and I don't know if we ever will, but definitely. They need to file a police report and be getting that recorded. But that $15,000 may be gone, So anyway, but I just want you guys being aware of that. Tell your clients, listen, we're going to have a phone conversation before you take any money in to escrow or wire any funds. All right, and maybe have those wiring instructions come directly from escrow. You can print them out and hand them to them.
Right, or like they can be faxed, but no, nothing in the email then for those.
Right.
Be very, very careful.
Yeah.
Very, very careful.
Okay. So I just want you guys to be having a heads up on that. Go fight Sal.
Thank you, Troy. Very informative. All right. All right, next we have some marketing partners. Cindy, we gonna come and say a few words, Cindy? Let's welcome Cindy. Thank you.
Good morning. Rates, first off, we have had a little bit of an uptick in rates. However, they're still fantastic. I looked this morning right before I left. FHA still below 4 at 3.875. Higher, really high credit scores could actually be even lower. Conventionals this morning, the one I pulled up was a 740 credit score, so that was giving me a 4%. So we're still really, really good on rates. Also wanted to share with you, we do have a program that has opened up for manufactured homes on permanent foundation. We haven't had those available for a couple years. There is the very stringent rules that go along with that. No flood zones. It has to have the 433A certificate recorded with the county. It has to have wills and all the stuff on the bottom removed. There's very stringent rules that it has to go through. However, it's available. So that's something we didn't have before,
So
at least for a couple years.
qualify for like 1975 mobile home.
No, I believe the year was 76. I believe I think it was 76 and above. It's either 76 or 78. So no, there is a year limit that goes along with that as well. There's a minimum square footage. I mean, not that you're going to get below 400 square feet, but it can't be smaller than 400 square feet.
I hear a challenge.
It is an FHA loan, and it is also open to VA as well.
Can there be multi, like a Single family and a mobile?
So
Well,
two,
there's single-family residence on the home, you're gonna default to. a
But can the
single-family.
But I
mobile
mean,
still
does the
be there?
mobile, can the mobile stay, I guess?
Mobile and a manufactured home are two different things.
Right.
So a mobile
Well, the
home,
manufactured.
as long as it's not getting value in the appraisal.
Yeah, if there's a mobile home that's older and we can get away with not using any value towards that and just put all the value in the home, if the appraiser can do that, I've definitely done a lot that way. It gets tricky when there's a home and a mobile home because then it becomes 2 units. And most of our, I don't know about the new investor you're talking about, but the investors we had looked at in the past were like, oh yeah, we'll do mobile homes. Can't be 2 units. Can't, so like.
This particular one with the manufactured home, one
So can
unit
it be
only
2
on the
units
property.
or not?
One unit only.
This one that has one,
What if
it's
they
one of
put the
rules.
lawnmower in the mobile home?
Storage shed. Storage shed.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how we get around.
All right. Thank you, Cindy.
In a race.
All right, next we have Mr. Dan Starkey. I think you can come up briefly promote your class today.
You got it.
All right. Well, yeah.
Morning, everyone. I'm excited. I'm going to be, hopefully a lot of you will be able to attend at 1:30 today. I'm going to talk about the credit industry and really how credit scores affect your business. Have any of you taken a first look at a credit report and the client said, oh yeah, I'm at a 675, and then they're really at a 610. And they're not going to qualify, and now we got to go through that whole process. Well, my company can help remove negative items from the past negative accounts from your credit report. So hope you can all attend at 1:30 today. I've had a chance to, I've gotten some phone calls in from some of you, and I presented to the Pimentel group a couple of weeks ago, but I'd love to hear more. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to call me, but hopefully I'll answer a lot of your questions later this afternoon. So thanks very much.
Thank you, Dan. And next we have Mr. Tony Acosta coming up from Oasis Pool, or Tahiti.
Oasis.
I'm sorry.
Well, Tahiti is kind of an oasis.
I don't know this guy.
He's painful. It's painful.
I'm having a hard time.
Jason. Gee, I thought I was part of the family here.
You are now.
I got a wife that sells a lot of stuff. Of course, you guys know my wife, Carrie, who I'm very proud of. My name's Tony Acosta. I've been in the industry for 38 years selling pools in the Valley. And I think that what I've really been seeing in the past, because the last 6 years have been so, depressed and stuff, is that a lot of new houses are going in the area, and we have a lot of new customers in these new homes that want to build pools. So I do have financing available now, which is great, which I hadn't had before. And so I'd like to really see if I can help, promote getting some pools in the area. And I have some cards back there. I have some really nice pens that you guys really like, for sobriety checks and stuff. But anyway, help yourself to them. And, but I'd really like to promote, if I could, getting some sales, some network marketing with you. And Carrie, of course, is helping me in Porterville a lot. And I don't want to take a lot of time, but I'd like to just let you see some of the pools that I do. I do everything from real rock. The biggest promotional thing that I do is simulator rock or fake pools. That's what we call these. They have the weirs and the slide and stuff, and we do a really lot of things with lighting, because lighting is a really neat thing. I have a pool under construction now, and of course my wife says I have too many lights in it. But I like to promote the look, because it's a different ambience at night, and it looks really good.
A disco pool.
There you go.
So, but I think with the housing market too, in my past experience with pools in the backyard, it really helps promote you guys to really selling pools. Your houses. Because people in the valley want to cool off, and they're going to want to be in a pool. So I really would like to see if I can get some more business from you, and interested in anything from the valley to the mountainous areas to anything in the valley. Yes?
I get a lot of people asking me about pool financing. Do you do 100% financing on a pool typically, or?
Yes. The problem, yeah, the thing that turned was the second positions are gone because of all the fallout that we had. So now what's everyone's really promoting, mostly that we come across, is it's unsecured loans. It's like a car loan. So we have an 84-month term and we have a 12-year term. I don't like the 12-year term because they only give us about 30% upon excavation, and then we have to finish the pool to get the other 70. But we have one that is called Lightstream that we work with, and they have an 84-month program that's just like it's an unsecured loan.
And for really good credit, typically the rate is,
720s.
and the rate would be?
Probably 3.49. I just got an email that just lowered it to 3.49, which isn't bad. Yeah. So people we're trying to promote that.
Cool. So this house would be perfect if we had a pool. Well, we can get you a pool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is just a general question I had too, and I think Terry had picked on that a little bit too. When people purchase a home, okay, does that dump their value? I mean, their credit scores a lot?
It depends. When they buy, like, whenever you buy a new. For instance, I have a guy that I'm working on right now, and he just bought a brand new car. And so he just made his first, or he hasn't made his first payment yet, so it showed up as a, balance owing. It was a big car. It was $100,000, and it was. But the high limit is 100.
Buy a nice pool for
The
that.
balance owing is 100. So right now, it dropped his score probably 40 points.
Wow.
But in 3 or 4 months, it'll be okay because it's going to start dropping on principal.
Right.
But yes, so right when you hit it, it will affect your score.
Okay.
Yeah, I can comment a little too. If anyone who's in the house buying process, they should not buy a new car, and buy new furniture for that house until they get into the house, and don't get new credit cards either. All those things drop your score in a hurry, and don't have a late payment. Gosh, do not have any late payments before closing escrow. Yeah. Just tell them to have a little patience, and we can, you can get your pool in after you get the keys, but don't make any down payments beforehand. That's problematic.
Great tips.
Yeah.
All right.
Same as renting. I had an individual that, they rented a home and now they're purchasing. I run into a lot of that, where people have rented homes for a period of time, and now that the market's getting better and they qualify for the 200,000 or 250, they're moving into the homes and stuff. But is that going to affect if they were renting prior to and now they're purchasing? Is that going to affect them too on the credit score?
It really depends if they're borderline. I mean, any new debt's gonna. If you have a 780 FICO and you buy a new house, you're probably gonna still be okay.
Okay.
All right.
And just to really, like Troy had an issue with spa heater. I really don't get involved with construction, and fixing of spas and pools and service. I mostly just do new construction because that's only what I do. But I can direct you to people that'll help you.
And do you put
Tony's your resource.
spas in ground?
Yes, in-ground spas, pools, anything. On the roof, you name it.
Anything.
I like it.
So anything pool related, spa related, that's your
Yeah.
resource right there.
Yeah.
So talk to me and put you in the right direction.
That's
Thank you,
it.
Tony.
All right, good.
Now we have some properties.
All right.
Jody,
Yes.
you want to speak briefly on this one?
Yeah.
That was a big sigh.
You know. This actually, it's a beautiful home. It's my sister's home. It's in Bonaventure. It's one of the few homes that are in that gated community that are updated. A lot of the homes you'll see pictures of, they've got the wallpaper, and it's really outdated.
Not your wallpaper. Your wallpaper is fine.
This one it's completely updated. It's beautiful. Like I said, it's got 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. The master is downstairs, and it's got an additional media, exercise, some kind of a bonus room upstairs.
All right.
As well.
Thank you, Jody. Next we have Connie. Connie, want to speak briefly about this one?
Yes, this house, I just reduced it to 639. It shows wonderful. It was just staged by Piece of Cake, photos of course by Lynn Learn. We are anxious to sell. My listing expires at the end of March, so I want to get it sold. I'm having a broker open house tomorrow evening from 5 to 7. You are all invited. I'll be serving wine and cheese, and I'll have a printer and everything ready so you can write an offer. And whatever you do with your offer, and I can have my seller there to sign it. I'm very motivated to get it sold.
You'll have the gate open, or you'll have the gate open?
Gate will be open from 5 to 7 tomorrow evening.
Thank you, Connie.
Is it box line?
What's wrong with box line? Pulse minute. Kirsten, take it away, Kirsten.
Okay, so who knows what committing a random act of kindness is? Raise your hand. Jerry, can you tell me what that is?
Well, like when somebody's sick and you go show a house for them.
Okay, who has committed a random act of kindness this week or today? Raise your hand. Jason, raise your hand.
Oh, Jason did.
Jason brought a taco for me this morning, a breakfast taco. So just doing something nice for someone, you know, once a day, holding a door open, like Jerry said, you know, opening a house. Or
Refraining
doing
from
an open
punching and
house.
stuff like that.
Yeah, not throw. Yeah. So just try to commit one, make that your goal, commit one once a day, and I think everybody will be happy. And yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. All right, lessons learned. And we learned a lot of lessons today. What are some lessons learned? Just from today's meeting alone, I'm sure somebody has some takeaways. Anyone? No one? Interest rates, $20,000 swing. That was a pretty big lesson. Is that not huge?
That was huge.
That was huge.
Pool financing.
Pool financing. Any other lessons learned? No? All right, well, let's move.
Larry has one.
Yes?
Larry, you want to tell him about what you learned?
Okay. Okay, needs, wants, bucket fillers. Anyone, let's fill at least 3 buckets today, come on. Wayne, thank you.
I wanted to fill Jason and staff's bucket for how hard they've been working to resolve our internet issues.
Yes.
I know it's all very frustrating, but I know that they are doing their absolute best. Jason was down here till, I don't know how late last night.
9:30.
Making sure my class, I was able to have my class because really the internet was down in the whole office. So I really appreciate the effort you guys are going to resolve the issues, and we understand that they're frustrating, and we thank you for your effort.
Thank you, Wayne. And I appreciate all the texts I get from you guys. Let me know when it's down. Keeps me accountable.
Yeah. Did you know?
Yes. Did you know the internet's down? Oh, really? Okay. All right. Any other bucket fillers?
Rachel from Main Street Escrow just goes above and beyond.
Great. Great. Rachel from Main Street Escrow goes above and beyond. Judy?
I want to thank Country Club Mortgage because the internet was down and I had to have something within 5 minutes. And I went over there and they let me use their computer and print out what I needed and get it to the party necessary to get the job done.
Yes. Thank you, Main Street. Thank you, Country Club, for allowing us to do that.
Main Street Escrow, they've been doing a fantastic job, so keep up the good work.
All right. Yes.
Bucket filler for Wayne, as usual, always ready to help me and assist me with my listings and new appointment calls, and has a great eye to just really help price the house, and it sells quickly and efficiently, so hats off to him.
Anybody else? Cindy?
This is more of a needs and a wants. It's personal for me. It's a labor of love that I'm working on. I'm putting together a banquet fundraiser. It's called Barks and Bourbon for Friends of Tulare Animal Services. I have information here on sponsorships, donations, things like that. It's going to be held on May 9th. If anybody's interested in information, let me know.
All right.
I have
Yes?
invited Carrie from CASA, and if you allow her, she can briefly talk about.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Go Carrie.
Go Carrie.
Well, I can talk fast, but I do want to say one thing. I'm very impressed with all you people, because that is what a success is being a family, and I can tell that you're really a family here, so I'm really impressed with that. There are some people here that are already an advocate. That's Jody Musgrove. We have two advocates, Yolanda and Veronica. They can come up and stand by me. March 18th. Come on, girls. So besides working really hard in real estate, they completed 40 hours of training with Casa Tulare County. They will be having their final interview very soon because you have to go through an extensive background check. So just so you know, these girls have no bones in their background. They have completed the live fingerprint scanning.
Because I was worried about this.
They are safe. So if you want to go have lunch or coffee with them, you're going to be good. But I'm really proud of them. It's a wonderful thing to be a CASA advocate. We recruit, train, and support community volunteers to be voices for innocent children that are dependents of the court now because they've been removed from their home for safety reasons. We are a voice for that child. We're a mentor to that child. We see the child every week, and then twice a year we submit a court report. We are officers of the court. We are sworn in after we're all done with all this hard work. We are appointed by the judge to have a case. So when you take your oath, you actually are appointed by the judge, and you take an oath like an attorney or a judge. So it's quite an honor. So these ladies are amazing, and so is Jody, and so are all of you, because Tulare Association of Realtors, I hope I said it right, has generously given to CASA of Tulare County. The toys and the gifts you gave this Christmas provided so many wonderful things for our children. The children are actually still writing their thank yous, and those will be distributed, but I'm sure there's many other people that Connie, I know, supports, and a lot of people individually support. But what I'm here today is many things. So when you are done, and if you're interested, there's things in the back. There are big events coming up, Once Upon a Dream. May 15th, it is going to be awesome at the Convention Center. Jimmy Wayne, does anyone know the country singer Jimmy Wayne? He will be coming, telling his story, and hopefully singing a song. But there are the auction item forms. They're silent. If you want to come and you want to spend $500 for 2 tickets, this is a worthwhile cause. It's very classy, very elegant. VP caters the food. It's first class, but it provides us to keep our doors open at Casa Tulare County. But what I really need is volunteers. So if you know anyone that could be interested, talk to me and I can share more. But thank you, and there's information in the back. Thank you.
And one final thing, oh, sorry, go ahead, Jerry.
I just want to thank everybody who took part in Kelly's fundraiser this weekend, and those that donated and bought t-shirts or sponsored
Breakfast.
tables. Well, that was different.
Yeah.
This is my deal to Kim, okay? But anyway, thanks to everybody.
Still helped Kelly, but it wasn't her deal.
Thanks to everybody's generosity, we raised over $10,000. And for the breakfast that was put on by Ruben and his group, but I did help him with that. We
It was
raised
fun.
$5,000 that day. So thank you all.
One final thing before we leave. I don't know if you know this, but we have a gentleman that is a newly named team leader for an office up north. Simon, guy who has just been a big part of this office, big part of me being here. So I want to congratulate you, Simon. I know you'll do a good job up there. So he's going to be a team leader in Burlingame, Keller Williams. He'll still be around here. I hope you don't go anywhere. I'm sure you'll be around here, wandering the halls on the weekends and whatnot during the week. So I hope to see you soon. So congratulations, Simon. And we're probably going to have lunch after this at the depot to celebrate his new accomplishment. So yes, today at 12 o'clock. So if you guys can join us, we'll be over there. So to celebrate Simon's achievement. All right, it's a big deal.
One last thing, and I'm sorry, we have piggies. This is not Casa again. There's blue little piggies over there in boxes. If everybody can be so kind to take one, fill it up, and then we turn it into Casa for its vaccination.
And if there's not enough over there, I have one.
Right,
We'll put you money in.
So dump the
We have baby piggies still at Casa.
All right. Well, thank you all. This has been, I think, by far the longest sales meeting that I've ever hosted. So
43 minutes.
And I hope the butts off.